Hey guys, Sprout here. Welcome back to the channel. Now, in today's video, guys, we're going to be discussing why some top Apex Legends mobile creators are saying the game is dead or gradually dying. Now, there are several sort of things that have added to this, so be sure to be paying attention to the video. And if you disagree with anything, make sure you do check out the comments down below and let us know which ones you don't agree with, or which ones you do, of course. So for a while now, many content creators have dropped everything to start a new channel or start making just Apex Legends mobile content. Quite a few of them, dropped the game they were on, be it COD Mobile, PUBG Mobile, whatever. The next best thing is going to be Apex Legends Mobile. So a lot of them devoted their channels to it. Now, a lot of these now are hightailing it out there, going to different games, waiting for different games, some of them. And the only one I can really see still sort of focuses on just the one game is Smith. So hats off to him for sticking around.
I'm more entertaining.
But what is causing the mass gaming exodus from Apex Legends Mobile? Why are people leaving what was once called the best Battle Royale on mobile? Still, some people call it the best one or will be the best one. And we're going to explore a few points that stick out of the mold, stick out of the norm of what it is that's causing all of this bother. So without further ado, guys, if you do us a massive favour, hit that like button on the video. It does do a lot of support towards me, and we'll get straight into it. Right, so the first point we've got to go for in this video is the lack of transparency, the lack of communication from the developers of Apex Legends Mobile. Now, if you follow them on Twitter, you follow them on Facebook, I think they've got, or Instagram, or any social network that they have an official account on, you'll know that they don't actually post anything very often whatsoever. They don't support their creators. They don't say, look, well, they do, but not very often. They don't say, look, he has a good creator, go like his video, he's done really well here. They don't do any of this sort of thing, and it leads people to believe that they don't actually care about that community at large. It says a lot when the pages that data mine the game and the post loads of leaks and future events and stuff like that actually post more news than the actual page itself about future content. That says a lot about the developers themselves. They're happy for these, no-lifers to sit and mine and get all this information and just put it out. They're not copyright striking them. They're not saying, look, can you stop that? You're ruining secrets or whatever. They're just happy to let them do all their work for them. They're not paying them. I don't think they are anyway. They could be. Who knows? But the community at large have expressed this a lot. Content creators have expressed this a lot. The Apex Legends mobile developers, community team, whatever you want to call it, just don't do enough to tell people what's going on. Now, I'll get into other points later in the video, but that sort of like not saying in the future we're going to fix this, we're going to fix that, we're changing this, we know this issue's there sort of thing. They're just not saying anything until the very last minute or the day before a patch, which I know a lot of games do, but these ones just, there's nothing in between. There's maybe a screenshot here and there, and that's about it. I think they've really let down the community as a whole for the game itself, and the hype is starting to just go down because of it, because there's nothing on the social medias to get people excited other than these idiot leaker pages that have got nothing better to do. Right, next guys, this is something that will frustrate a lot of gamers. It's not so much me, because I don't play the console or PC version, but it's years, probably at least a full year, behind the HD version of the game. Now, if you're a veteran of the PC or console version of the game, and you think to yourself, you know what, all my friends are playing mobile, I'll give it a go. And you jump on there, you can't be your favourite legend, you can't use your favourite gun, the map you like isn't there, you know what I mean? None of this stuff that's in the full version is in the, I mean, obviously it's a mobile version that is things that are in the main version, but a lot of things aren't, and it's like a baby version of the full version. And there's certain features that aren't in it, like the jump freaking launching pads and so on, and the vehicles, and all these map changes, and wild animals running around trying to kill you and stuff. It's just, they could have like brought it up a bit. It's like, oh well, we'll give you Apex Legends, but we'll give you the beta version from years ago on mobile. They could have just, gave everything all together at once. And I think that's a reason for a lot of content creators leaving, because they're used to HD, they're used to playing on the PlayStation or the PC, and they're used to having these legends, these weapons. And without that, it's just not the same game. And we've got months, years, or whatever of seasons yet until they start to catch up. Not to mention that HD will still be pumping out content all this time, and it'll just never sort of catch up with each other. If you think PUBG PC compared to PUBG Mobile, there's features on regular PUBG that aren't even close to being put on mobile yet. And I think mobile as a whole, in that sense, is missing out. A lot of people will play mobile and think, you know what, I'm going to play on PlayStation or Xbox instead because they've got more legends, there's more variety. I'm not sitting playing Bangalore constantly. I play Bangalore, don't get us wrong, but that's because I don't like any of the other legends that much. There's no other one that really interests us enough to play, so I play the same legend every single game unless someone takes it, then I swap. But you know what I mean, and that's the reality of it. There's like 10 or more legends on console PC than there is on mobile, and it's just ridiculous. They need to pump out a bit more. I know we've got 2 mobile exclusive legends that aren't on PC, but that's shite. Rhapsody is a pile of crap, and Fade, 9 times out of 10, when you reverse yourself back, you fall off a cliff by accident, you know what I mean? I've seen people do it time and time again. And that's not to mention like the map layouts and the map updates and stuff. That's a whole other kettle of fish that needs to be addressed. And I think this is one of the contributing factors that's ruined mobile compared to the mainstream version of the game. Next point I want to make, guys, is about other content creators. Now, myself personally, I play Arena Breakout, I play Earth Arrival, stuff like that. Play games I enjoy because I enjoy playing them, I enjoy putting out content for them. Now, there's a lot of creators that enjoy Apex Legends Mobile, but they just outright refuse to play because the developers won't give them a contract. They won't pay them to make content for the game. And a good example of that is Sun Ho, whatever he's called. I've seen him on multiple occasions saying he can't make content for Apex because the developers don't give him enough in return.
I couldn't have been more excited to talk about this game because
they paid me to play it. Now, I'm not being funny, right? But as a YouTuber, you do get paid to make videos. If you make good videos, you get lots of views, you get money in return. You don't need to then refuse to play a game just because they don't have a content creator program that gives you money to pump out videos. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, this specific creator I have mentioned, I'm using as an example. There is many creators just like him that have a head bigger than their shoulders, and I'm surprised they haven't toppled over. They think they're a massive deal compared to everybody else, and it's just, in this case, it's not the case. You know, certain people use other people's faces, you know, to get attention, and that's what's happened here. And now he's got this massive chip on his shoulder, and he thinks he's a bigger deal than everybody else, and he expects to be paid to play. Now, this sort of attitude is ruining mobile gaming, any gaming, tell you the truth. Any game that is a good, decent game, content creators are leaving because they won't get anything in return for playing. Now, I play games for enjoyment. I play them to play with other people. I don't play them if they're going to pay us to play it. I don't see that as an incentive to enjoy a game. I can enjoy a game without needing to be paid to play it. Now, that's a short one from me because that's just one of the problems that mounts up. Lots of creators left because they don't get a proper creator program that does more for them than they do for the game. Right guys, next, the bugs, the glitches, the hacks. I can't count on both my hands how many times in the past week I've been killed by a loba hiding inside of a rock, or a hacker that's got ridiculous aimbot and they've been playing for 3 seasons solid without being caught. In fact, in this game in the background, I'll leave it on enough time so you can see, I get killed by an aimbotter with 0 recoil, and I watch him for a bit, and thankfully I've actually recorded this, but he actually gets banned live on the recording, but I'm not going to show that. They're running around and suddenly it says squad limited, big win for that. But he's been there since Distortion, which was last season. He's got 2,000 odd headshots. It's a bit obvious he's an aimbotter, but they're still there running around. It's these sort of issues that they could have addressed ages ago. It's common knowledge that if you teleport with Loba near a rock, you'll go inside of it. You can shoot out, people can't shoot in, you can sit there till the zone moves, move somewhere else and do it again. And it's just been in the game for so long now that you're like, well, why haven't you fixed this? It's clearly breaking the game. People are getting a Predator as Loba because they're just glitching their way there. And none of this is getting addressed, none of it's getting mentioned on social media. Oh, we're going to fix this, by the way, guys. It's just sort of sitting there, untouched. It's like, well, it's part of the game now, just get used to it, you know what I mean? You see gunshots coming from a rock, don't go near the rock, simple as that. But how are you supposed to know till you get shot? Honest to God. But it's one of them things where they could have addressed all this. I mean, even to me, first person, you can probably tell I play a third person. It's because first person just doesn't feel right. Compared to other games I play on first person, such as Arena Breakout or New State Mobile, stuff like that, they're all smooth as F on FPP. Apex lags. I have not had a single landing since I started playing Apex Mobile where it doesn't go like that as I'm landing. Some of the time it sends us flying into the floor. Other people have already landed, they're running around, and I'm still lagging for a bit. And I've got a decent phone, you know what I mean, guys? I've got 12GB RAM, I've got the Snapdragon 865, you know, I've got a decent phone, and it just doesn't run very well. And if they'd just done all these things, you know, other than people on, say, Red Magics or iPads and stuff, or having smooth as hell gameplay, everybody else is completely suffering and they're looking elsewhere for other games because they're not fixing these problems. Right guys, the last point I want to make in this video is the state of the game's actual community, which is absolutely ridiculous, right? I call it a divided, toxic player base because that's essentially what it is. You've got first-person players, you've got third-person players like myself, you've got people that play ranked, you've got people that play pubs, and you've got these idiots, I'm a pro, professional, bloody competitive players in a non-existent competitive scene, you know what I mean? There's a couple of tournaments kicking about here, there and everywhere, but that's about it. And as a result, you get people that are high and mighty because they play something that somebody else doesn't play, and it's extremely toxic, and people usually have a go at me over it, you know, like, Sprout, you're really toxic for saying this, but if I mention any sort of opinion on the game, I'll probably get it in the comments of this video. You play a third person, you're not Predator, you know nothing about the game. It's this toxic attitude that there's no sort of like, this guy plays a different version of the game to me, let him play, you know what I mean? They always have to say something, they can't just let it go, they can't just be like, well, I play first person, he plays third person, we'll not play it together, it's simple as that. They have to be the almighty pedestal player that plays competitively, they know how to aim properly, they don't have any recoil because they've set their sensitivity in the training ground for 4 days solid while their mother wipes their arse for them, you know what I mean? It's these type of players that are ruining the experience on the game. You go on a Discord server for Apex, you have a different opinion to some people, they ban you from it, you know, they're like, screw you, Sprout, and your third person and your opinions about the state of the game. You're not even Predator. He has a ban from my Discord server. It's this horrible Discord, or not just Discord, community around the game that's ruining the game for new players that come on, they're not very good at the game, and they get shouted at down the microphone for being shit or whatever, and it's horrible, it's soul destroying for some people, and there's no way I can give the Apex Mobile developers a solution to this. It's the community at large. It's transferred over from Fortnite, from COD Mobile, from PUBG Mobile. Thankfully, a lot of these players have pissed off back to these games, and they're not quite as there anymore. But the people that are left are like sort of like, well, is this game even worth it? That's just a lot of the points I've made in this video. Is it's a lot of inside and outside influences that are ruining the game for a lot of players, and it's just going downhill steadily to the point where there's going to be nobody playing, there's going to be nobody making content except Smith, of course.
I'm funny.
And that's the way it's headed. But anyway, guys, that's my video for today. Hope you like the new style of video I'm going to start doing, because I feel like I'm getting sucked to one game, and I don't want to be a one game channel. But many more things are at play here that I haven't mentioned in the video, but for the sake of not making it 2 hours long, I haven't went into absolutely everything, all the evidence, etc. And I'd love to know what you think about this in the comments down below. Do you agree with the points? Do you disagree? You know what I mean. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you do like the video. Make sure you leave that little thumbs up. And if you want, hit that subscribe button. I'll be doing many more videos about our games and stuff just like this one in the near future. So thanks so much for watching, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.